Good morning, class. Today's class discuss about identifying physical data with requirement. And this module talk about how to develop, how to identify before developing database systems. And these courses have some objectives. At the end of the courses, students will be able to identify scope of the database, how to use and configure database management system, identify database requirements, develop security requirements, and how to set client feedback and approval. This topic is can discuss about our LO1s, identify database scopes. What is scope in the database for the future, how to fulfill in the database limitations. Scope is the range of one's perspectives, thoughts, or actions. And in another definition, a good database is one that is simple to understand and well planned already before preparing or identifying any physical database requirements. It is best for our creative reason, and the database must be planned and it's well understand for the users and the clients. The scope of good database design is easy to locate the data, the users or the clients easily to locate the data in the database design. The second one, no redundant data or no repeated data within the table for the database. There is no redundant or data of any repetition. It's can remove with scope of the database. More secure, by which types of security systems can apply our database system. It uses table references, keys like primary keys and foreign keys. Easy to develop our the good database scopes. The next portion is reviewing system architecture and user requirements. Is most of the times many database systems can simply review on any architectures and requirements. The requirements using hardware, software, functional and non-functional requirements. The first requirement is how is operating system. Operating system is a set of programs that manages computer hardware and various resources installed on it in that machines. How which type of operating systems installed it and which type of database management system softwares installed on it and compatible. You have to check the operating system loaded on your the machine whether it is compatible with the database management system software. When to install or not. In this portions can talk about in operating system which type of operating system installed in the machine and which type of database management systems compatible for that type of operating systems. The next one is database management system softwares. A database management system software is the software that the users to define, create, and maintain the database. And simply, on the machine installed on database application softwares. That software is the users simply define, create, and maintain the database. Provides control access to the database. The next interacts with the user's application, programs, and the database itself. Allow users to insert values within the table, retrieve or show when it's needed in the table data, update or modify it when necessary, and delete it if not required from the database. Each database application has its own specific strengths and weaknesses. Some of the common database applications nowadays, some of application programs or common database applications include Microsoft Access, Microsoft SQL, or structured query language, or Oracle and Informix, and MySQL are the common database applications nowadays. The next one is LO2, identify database requirements. This is the first LOs can talk about the scope of the database, and let's talk about the next topics. Identify database requirements, reviewing technical specifications. And technical specifications can be only written out. The computer technicians or department staffs only write that types of specifications. The specifications have to stand some types of questions. The first question is what are the hardware and software requirements to turn these softwares, to turn these systems, which type of computer or which type of hardware or software systems compatible or fit in the system properly. How and the next question is what is the compatible operating system for the selected database management systems? which type of operating system is best for or compatible for the selected database systems in the database application systems or application programs. How many tables are included in the database and how are they related? Within the database, have a lot amount of tables can create, and how many tables they are related to table to table relationships. Describe the file structure for each table, which type of in the databases have a lot amount of tables, by which type of the file structures organized or stored in the database. Identifying database tables and relationships. It is the most mandatory, it's the most the topics for in the database have a relationship. Relationship means interrelationship to tables or to all more tables relationship or related tables by using of association data. What is entity in a database? An entity is a thing or a real-world, an object with a physical existence or an object with a conceptual existences. For example, person, employee, car, book, house, employee, etc. are example of objects with physical existences. A project, course, payment, department are examples of objects with our conceptual existences, examples of entity. Entity can be roles, entity can be events, entity tangible things or concepts. Each entity must have its own identity that distinguishes it from every other entity called entity unique identifiers. Examples, each students have a unique ID. A unique ID have a unique identifications of student to student. ID that distinguishes one from others generally in database terms. An entity is a table which is responsible for storing records in the database. In entity diagram, entity relationship diagrams, entity represented by a rectangle shape. The entities within the rectangle shape can be written only the capital letters. Today's enough today. Today's class enough for today. Have any question you can ask, and thanks for watching this video.